Fusion Lesson 10. So Fusion Lesson 10, we're going to create a sketch, select a plane. We're going to use our line tool, and this time we're going to start with a construction line. So draw just a nice long straight line, hit the escape key to exit the line tool, select that line, and change it from normal to construction. It'll change to a dotted line, and we're going to use this to make sure that our flange bracket, our angled hole bracket here, is all lined up across the center line. So we're going to make this coincident with our center point, so now it's a nice horizontal line. Just make sure it snaps to that 90 degrees when you draw it. We're going to use our circle tool, so C for circle. Put a nice big one here at the center, and it doesn't matter where they're at right now as long as they are all coincident with that construction line. So just make sure that you draw them on that line. Let's use our line tool again, and I'll show you two different methods here. So the first method is you can just kind of draw lines out in space here. Hit the escape key to exit, line tool again, and you can also hit this green check mark, and that stops drawing lines so they're not connected anymore. And you can take these lines and use your tangent constraint and make sure that everything's tangent with those circles, and then you come back in with your trim tool, trim that up, and these are all things that you are familiar with. Okay. The other way of doing this is you can use your line tool, and if you hold, like I can mouse over here, see how it attaches, I get that X. If I hold the shift key and click, what that does is now it is attached at tangent to that circle. And then I can hover over this one until I get the tangent symbol again. So it's kind of just a shortcut tool here. It's easy to forget, so you can always use the tools that you're familiar with, like I showed you on the top lines there. But just using that shift key and allowing the constraints to kind of snap themselves into place. And if they don't show up, you can always add them in later. So if, let's say I wanted to do that line, let's say shift, this line got nice and tangent, but over here I accidentally did that. You can come back in with your tangent constraint and clean that up. And what's nice is you don't have to zoom in and trim out all those little tiny peaks and stuff like that with your trim tool. So it's just a little bit faster. Let's go in and add in some dimensions. This circle is going to be 2 inches. This circle is going to be 3 inches. And this one is also 2 inches. Now we do need that trim tool. We're going to, well, let's not use that yet. Let's add in a few extra dimensions. So the distance between these, we're going to go with 4 inches, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And let's take our trim tool now, using T for trim, and we're going to clean up all of the excess lines there. And we want to add 3 more circles. I'm sure you can guess where. I'm going to click, make sure that they're centered on those circles that we already drew. We're going to dimension them. This one is 2 inches. This one is 1 inch. And this one is also 1 inch. So this is just kind of a quick demonstration of how you can kind of force the constraints to help you along, use references, and a few more shortcut keys. So we're going to hit the E key to take us directly into extrude, hit the home view, select our profile, and we're going to extrude this one out to a depth of 0.75. Enter. Make sure you save this, take a screenshot, and submit it to Canvas.